We're starting.
Why are we singing?
We're starting because we sang, "What's up, All Stars?"
Oh, hey there.
Oh, howdy. We are feeling chaotic and friendly today.
I don't know what that
means.
I've never been chaotic in my life.
Welcome to No Bards Allowed, a Dungeons & Dragons TTRPG podcast hosted by a bunch of amateur entertainers and professional friends. I am your Dungeon Master, B. Felons, and I am so excited to be here with the following people.
My name is Dart. I'm playing Arthur Page Llewellyn.
Hi, my name's Shay. I'm playing Oz.
My name is Fuse, and I'm playing Bilbin Billings.
And I'm Will, and I'm playing Saren.
We're the one-syllable gang, except for me. I just realized. Freaking heck yeah. How's everyone feeling?
Freaking heck yeah, feeling good.
I think I agree. It's like there's a weird, chaotic, good energy in this room right now.
Yeah.
And I'm interested to see where it goes.
It's because I put on the hat.
The hat's really throwing everything off.
It was the Negroni hat, Will.
For those people listening, Will's wearing a hat right now, which is an odd thing for him.
This is a super important detail that you should all know.
Just we just want to make sure
he's wearing a hat.
Just so the listeners can visualize. Will looks stunning.
Brendan has a shirt on his head.
We're going to have
that could be true.
Lots of weird things are happening.
I'm also wearing
and we're going to play a game called Dungeons & Dragons. Y'all have been listening. Hopefully, if this is your first time, there's like 5 episodes before this, and they will probably help give context for what we're doing.
If not, you can just kind of join in.
Yeah. But we're going to jump into playing today. We have looped back, as those of you that have listened before know, we have one of our lovely player characters update us every time that we go back into playing. And today I'm going to let none other than Oz give us a little recap of what happened last time. So without further ado, let us begin.
Last we left off, we all woke up to a Dublin in shambles. The people of this town that I've been in had responded, along with the help from our new friends. After a day of Arthur helping Padraig cook while Bilbin distributed pot pies and Saren and I helping clean up around town, Nanette and Padraig hosted a dinner for all of us, where Omar asked us to deliver a letter to his sister Mina on behalf of Dublin, requesting aid and protection from the Guardians of Salvation. My aunt also put in a request for me to take my trials to join her order, the Order of Scribes, so I decided I would make the trek to New Samaritan City, because this is what I've always dreamed of. Not New Samaritan City, but the Order of Scribes. The other gents decided to come along for the journey as well, and I now find myself on the road east towards Demerara.
And we pick up our journey. We're on our second day of travel. As you journey away from the coast to the big city, New Samaritan, you haven't encountered anything out of the ordinary. No elemental beings, no bandits, just passersby head along the main road that runs between towns here. The start of your journey was filled with heavy pine forests, with the snow quickly melting away this far south, leaving mud and must and the smell of spring in its wake. The weather has been ideal, and as you have now made it further east and slightly more south, the terrain has begun to change. The trees and slight hilliness of the areas along the coastline have given way to flatter earth, with the smaller towns and villages you pass by being separated by long stretches of open fields, fenced off and plowed with some of the earlier year crops growing into their own, as new buds show through for the summery fruits, vegetables, and grains that will surely line these fields in weeks to come. You've been seeing people out tending to their crops, some using magic to water the soil or tend to the earth, while others using well water and tools of time gone by to tend to their fields. Some of the farmers wave as you walk by, others stare solemnly or ignore you completely. As the day grows longer and the sun starts to set in the horizon, you all see something you haven't seen since yesterday morning. A city. Surprisingly, the ground has got more bend back to it, and as you see this horizon of beautiful homes lined with sturdy-looking roofs, some seemingly made from the ground itself, with buds of flowers peeking out, waiting to bloom as the sign that spring is indeed here to stay. The streets as you approach turn to cobblestone, clean and well kept. The dust between them now wet from the season's change. As you enter into the main drag of the city, you see large multi-story buildings up close with stone facades, intricate architecture that includes metalworked accents and perfect angles. Along the side streets, you see that outside of this built-up main street, smaller homes, some of stone, some of clay, some painted beautiful bright colors, and some with muted tones of brown, orange, and yellow. There are people in the street on this cool spring evening. Not many, but a few. Couples walking arm in arm in love. Parents making conversations as their children chase each other in the streets. A few stray animals wandering around waiting for someone to drop a scrap of food. And several men and women in uniform. Some in full plate, some in leather armor, and some in robes, but all wearing a distinct color palette of cobalt, red, and orange. Bilbin, you recognize these uniforms as the Guardians that everyone else learned more about yesterday.
Wait, are they within earshot?
Yeah, y'all are all walking together.
No, I mean the Guardians.
Oh,
How
yeah.
far away are they?
I mean, they're like a couple of them keeping themselves in front of a storefront.
Oh, I signal like, fellas, these are the Guardians of Salvation. They're the ones
That
that,
sounds nice.
well, you'd think.
Okay.
You really would. However, ever since these fellas got to town and man, things just aren't the way they used to be. I would say a lot more of these types of folks watching us do things around here, if you know what I mean.
Wait, here or in New Samaritan?
In New Samaritan.
Ah, yeah.
Yes.
Well, let's try not to draw too much attention to ourselves, I guess.
Would they recognize me with my Douse House symbol, or am I like so far down on their totem pole?
Maybe it's that hard thing of there are a lot of people that are like members of the Guardians, and the fact that they're stationed here, if they were people that spent significant time in New Samaritan before they moved over here, maybe, but they also won't necessarily recognize you. It's hard to say. The two there haven't noticed you yet at all. It doesn't seem.
Okay. I just wanted to relay that to the homies.
Yeah, and also I guess I would ask Bilbin, make an insight check.
10.
Cool. I don't think you notice anything too crazy or unique right now, but I think maybe you're taking a moment to reflect on yourself and just what kind of emotions just seeing them make you feel about thinking about your Douse house and your home and the changes.
Yeah, Bilbin's just thinking about all the money that could be flowing towards the Douse house. But yeah, just ain't the same with those guys around.
Yeah, I think something you were reminded of, unfortunately, in the last couple of days. It's, when you leave the city, a few times you do, it can escape your mind, thinking about what's in front of you. But as Davin flew away the other day, he reminded you, I think, that while none of your new peers know about the state of the Order of Firefighters you have worked for some time, you know that the Douse houses have been closing in New Samaritan. You know that Douse House number 1 and number 2 are no more. And you know that last time you talked to your fire chief, it sounded like your section of the brigade, no matter how well loved and mighty and how great it once was, it may fall to with the changes of infrastructure that have been brought to New Samaritan. Your life in a city that you have lived in and loved since childhood is now being derailed as you've been trying to find ways to rebuild for you and your mother. So, yeah, I think you're left with that in this moment as you walk by them. Do you interact with them at all, or do you?
No,
Cool.
I don't want to draw attention.
As you continue along the streets, you see businesses at the bottom of many of these buildings. This main drag looks like it's probably apartments on the top of businesses. The easiest real life comparison would be like things called like house monitors. It's like Parisian style buildings, like 2-story businesses where like you'd think like maybe like an owner might live on top of the business they run and stuff like that. As you walk, you see a few boutiques, cafe on one of the corners, and then standing larger than most in the middle of one of these streets, but still built with the same unique charm. There's a hand-painted sign hanging outside with large letters in a script that... Does anyone in this group speak Elvish?
Not me. Anyone else?
What
What about Ozzy Osborne
I do. Yeah.
Cool.
and Arthur?
Mhm. Yes, sir.
Oh, let's go.
The two of you that speak Elvish, you see a big sign that says La Maison des Rêves. And then underneath of it, you would see in common as you keep looking along, it says the same thing, La Maison des Rêves. And then an inn and public house by Vox Geritana Rev. Basically, it looks like a hotel that as the sun has gone down, you could potentially stay at. Yeah, you see this building, and then in the distance, you see a Gothic-looking building in kind of like a center city center with curved spires rising from the top with colors of red and gold. Looks like it's probably some sort of temple or church to who knows which one of the, in a world where there are deities of all sorts. Not sure from this distance who it might be in reference to. As you walk down the street in this city, what do you do?
I'm going to keep an eye out for Sambu.
Heck yeah, cool. You can make an investigation check.
I think I would also look to Oz and say, "So we're looking for a library, right?"
Yeah. Looking for a library. Keep your eyes out.
If you would like to do a search for a library as well, you're welcome to.
I'll give you help, Oz, if you want to roll that.
Yeah.
11 for Arthur.
11 for Arthur. Sambu's not here. You don't see it. It's not. You don't see it this is a pretty long stretch. Like there's several buildings. So the part of the street you're in, Patrick didn't give you any specific geographic location. You might be able to assume using intuition, like even though you're not a city guy, that if it's a popular restaurant, that it probably is somewhere along this main drag. But where you are right now, you haven't seen it yet.
All right.
16.
If you continue past the hotel in the center of the city, as you look towards the neighborhoods, there are several buildings and like offshoots, and not too far, right around the corner from the hotel, you do see something that looks like it could resemble a library. It's somebody who's from a city. It's got immaculate architecture. There's a building with like 2 stone lions, like walking up to a staircase though. So you think it could be a library.
I kind of tap Saren on the shoulder and point towards the building. Looks like it might be what we're looking for.
Could be. Should we check it out?
Yeah, why not? If y'all don't mind taking a peek.
At this library?
Just poking our head in, see if...
Sure, yeah. Is this where the letter got to go?
No, sorry. The letter is going to New Samaritan City, I thought.
Oh. What's
Yep.
in the library?
The library is...
There's a bunch of books.
Right you are, Bilvin. Bunch of books.
Thanks, Bilbin.
Yeah, ain't really been my place to go, but my mom is there all the time. Nah, so there's probably something good in there. I'll hear you out here, Oz. Yep. Mm-hmm.
I'm looking for someone my aunt told me about. A friend of my aunt, I guess. Well, I'm going on sort of a new trajectory in my life. I'm joining an order of sorts.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, it's...
What order? Can you tell us?
No, sorry.
Damn. I
You
thought
probably...
I could trust you.
Well, you would...
Man,
It's...
been
You would-
through so much.
You wouldn't have understood anyway. It's not something... I don't know. It's not really a common thing. It would do you nothing good if you... Or anything bad, I guess. If you knew what it was.
Is it a book club?
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you for telling me. That's all I needed to know.
Bill, would make a insight or perception check versus a deception check from Oz in that moment.
7.
10.
I think with that array, you absolutely believe that it's a book club, and I think in this moment you're like, why the hell wouldn't he invite me to join it? Though that's like why
Yeah,
does
the
he?
nice thing is to invite someone to join the book club.
Yeah. So I think in this moment, like, yeah, I think you're like, man, like, why does he want to be so secretive? Like, does he not want me to also join the book club? Like, is there not enough room for one more?
It's like maybe he knows I'm not an avid reader, but like that's no reason to not join the book club.
So I think that's what you're feeling right now.
That's exactly what Bilvin's feeling. So Bilvin just kind of looks at Oz and just like has like the look of like, all right, man, on his face. But not like really holding it against you, but just like, all right, man.
Well, I can go with Oz. Do you two want to look for Arthur? You were looking for a restaurant, right?
Yeah, I was. Yeah, it was. I could scout it out. What time is it?
Pretty late on in the day. It's
Okay.
like not 9 p.m. probably.
Okay, but
Yeah.
like could be dinner time.
Yeah, you can't tell what you've noticed. There, like I said, you see some people out on the streets, but it's not like super bustling out on the street right now. So hard to know what time things close in this town.
Okay.
But yeah, it certainly could be worth a look.
Well, we could scout it out while y'all check the library. Maybe we could see if they're still open. Get ourselves some food tonight.
Yeah. If you guys want to look for the restaurant, I'll go with Oz. We'll check out the library real fast, and then we'll see where the night takes us.
Cool. We'll meet you back here in a little bit.
Sounds great.
Awesome. Saren and Oz, you head towards this building. You walk in front of it, and indeed, in large, like blocky but eloquent letters carved into stone, it says Demerara Public Library.
Oh, how did we miss that?
Do you enter? Well, it's on a side street. I think like what Oz saw was like a profile of a building, like
Got it.
a little further down the block, where it's like that looks like what a library looks like.
Yeah, I push in. I try to push open the door into the library.
Cool. You hear a bell ding, and immediately you hear a woman's voice say, "Oh, sorry, we're closed."
Oh, my apologies. When do you open?
It's okay. We open first thing in the morning. I mean, do you have something you're looking for in particular, or?
I'm looking for a woman named Hara.
I'm Era. In front of you, you see a slender, half-orcish woman with green skin that has stunning emerald glow to it. She wears a beautiful purple dress and glistening black shoes. Her hair is braided down her back and has like the blackness of raven's wings. Eyes of violet pupils flecked with white, glistening bright like the two small tusks protruding from her bottom lip. And she wears the like half moon glasses on her nose as well. She probably looks like she's around your age.
Mm.
Oh, well, I'm Era.
Hara reaches out his hand. My name is Oz.
Oh, it's nice to meet you. Look familiar. I
Uh,
don't know why.
well, it's possible. It's because my aunt sent me to find you.
What's your aunt? What's her name?
Zika.
Bezica from Dublin.
That's right.
It's an honor to meet you.
Yeah, the honor's mine. We just got into town. My friend Saren.
Pleasure. Well, welcome in. I'm sorry we're closed, but would be happy to show you the town very quickly if you just got in. Was there anything in particular that you were looking for? Or?
Nothing in particular. No. I just wanted to get a face to the name, and well, maybe we can talk about it some other time when it's not too late.
Wait, you're her nephew from Breakwater? He's a wizard.
Yeah, that's me. Yes,
You teach?
I do.
You're the one I've heard about.
Oh,
You're trying to join our order, eh?
yes.
I
I reach into my satchel and pull out the coin,
see your
the medal.
I see your aunt is already on your side there, and she has the same brooch with her hand holding the quill. Well, are you? Have you been approved for trials? Or are you still waiting to hear?
Yeah, I've been approved. I believe.
Well, all right.
I'm on my way to New Samaritan City now.
Well, you're trials will start soon then. Well, how about this? What if the three of us go grab a drink somewhere? I can give you a little tour of the city, and I can talk to you about the trials. I don't want to make you stay in this town any longer than you need to, but we could. There's a really good wine and cocktail bar not too far from here that we can go grab a drink at, and we can talk. We've been closing a little bit early recently. We usually would. City's been a little more quiet recently. It's been, anyways. If you'd like, I'm happy to go meet you all for.
Can I roll insight on that? Actually,
Yeah.
Like, does she know why? That's actually a 21.
Whoa. Huge.
A 21.
A 21.
That is excellent. She's definitely, she's clearly not sharing something
Sure.
with that type of insight. I don't think that there isn't any sort of malicious candor to what she's talking about. I think you're two new faces and you're a family member of somebody that she knows and is, if you're just passing through, she's not going to trouble you with any information.
So it's more of a courtesy thing than a secrecy thing.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think that's the energy she's giving off in this moment.
Cool.
Absolutely.
Well, we have a couple other people with us, and they want to go scout down the road for a restaurant.
What is it called?
Sambu.
Sambu. I know it well. I can take you there if you'd like.
All right, maybe we should just meet them there. I'm sure we won't be too far
I
behind.
mean, if we walk that way, we might just run into him.
Yeah.
Well, all right then. Let's go. She gathers like a little leather like book bag that she like tucks over her shoulder. She got like hair braided down her back, and then she's got like split bangs that like she keeps like blowing out of her face. They keep like falling down in front of her glasses. And she make insight check, both of you.
Only an 11 on that one.
Cool.
8.
Saren, having already kind of been paying attention, you notice just she kind of like does a weird double take, like glance before she turns the lights off. She kind of like peers over her shoulder and like glances around the library inside, and then as she locks it and you leave, she kind of like glances around the outside too. As the three of you walk away and head towards the direction of Sambu. Arthur and Bilbin, as you walk down the street, as you head the direction of this church, looking for this restaurant, you see not too many people out on the street. There are 3 women standing out in front of the church having a quiet argument about something. It looks like maybe a couple women from the church and somebody else dressed in fineries standing in front. As you head that way, do you try to listen in, or do you continue along and look for? You've not seen Sambu yet.
I'm not particularly trying to listen. I think I'm just kind of taking all the sights and sounds in, just looking at the city, walking along with Bilbin.
Mm-hmm.
So is this sort of like New Samaritan, Bilbin?
Well, New Samaritan is massive.
Okay,
I want to tell you.
bigger than this.
I don't really travel to the inner city too much, but from what I do know from postcards and such, is there are a lot of stones.
A lot of stones.
that has built this city.
Okay, and
New Samaritan, that is.
you get postcards from inside of the city that you're in.
Sometimes
It's that big.
it can feel that way. Yes,
Wild.
and you could send a postcard across the city for sure. Mm-hmm. Yep.
Like with a bird.
Bird, carrier. You know, to my knowledge, they do allow 13-year-old boys to be employed there.
Interesting.
So I don't think there's any child labor laws.
Specifically 13.
I mean, and,
they have to be. Oh,
no,
right, right.
it's nothing weird. It's more of a
Not any weirder than 13-year-old boys working.
I think it's honestly an initiative to get the kids off the streets and get them a little bit of change in their pocket.
But doesn't that put them on the streets if they're working?
I guess they're off the streets, but also on the streets working. Yeah, that is quite a paradox. Anyway,
I mean, I
Well-
don't know. I don't know nothing about cities, so I'm not one to. I'm not one to
long story
revise.
short, sure, it's similar.
The Demerara is similar in size. I forgot what we were talking about. Honestly,
What are we
now.
talking about?
I was asking you about your home, but have you seen this restaurant at all?
You know, can't say I have seen this restaurant, but I will look right now.
Oh, great.
Make an perception checks first, both of you, and then make investigation.
Also,
checks
would I
after.
know how big this city is off the top of my
It's
head?
smaller. Yeah, you are correct. New Samaritan is like this like goofy behemoth size city. It's
And this
New
is
that
Samaritan's-
cocked
But this
shell.
isn't like, this is still a bigger town city,
Gotta
right?
honor it.
It's not like a small town, or did I hear that incorrectly?
It's bigger than where you just were.
Okay.
Like the thing is, like, yeah, I know classic D&D, like some of the cities don't end up being like that large. Like Duplain you've passed through towns on the way here. Like Duplain was a decent sized city. This is bigger than that.
So this is like stone buildings.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. It's like when I said Paris earlier, it was to describe a style of architecture, not the size of a city like that. So,
Oh, okay.
yeah,
okay,
this is
got it.
like what you're seeing is one, like it's kind of like think like one really long downtown with like neighborhoods jutting off on either side. And it seems to roll for a while, but like
Okay.
you walked in from farmland, like it bleeds into country pretty quickly. So
So it's
it-
like Vegas.
But it
it's just like it's just casinos and desert everywhere you look.
Perfect.
the Mojave. So I'm rolling insight, or
Both of you roll
Perception, then
perception first, and let me know what you get, and then roll investigation checks for
Okay.
me.
19.
14 perception.
Perception, as you stroll along while you're not listening to these women talking, they quiet down and like look at you, and you see these three women. It's two women in what seems like some sort of church robes, and then one woman. The two church robed women walk back into the church, and the
I just
other,
tip my straw hat. Good evening.
hello, welcome, says the woman not in church robes, and the other two walk inside. Welcome to our fair city.
Oh, thanks. Well, we weren't coming inside the church. We're just walking around.
No, yeah, of course, yes, of course. It's absolutely fine. Are you visitors?
Indeed we are. We're new in town.
Ah.
My name's Arthur Page Llewellyn. It's a pleasure to meet you. What is yours?
My name is Geritana. It's a pleasure
Oh,
to,
lovely name.
very pleasure to. You can call me Ger for short, though. Nice to meet you both.
Sure. My name's Bilbin Billings.
It's a pleasure.
Nice to meet you.
Looks like New Samaritan gear you're wearing there.
On the button, that is. Yes, sir.
Yeah. Well, welcome into our city. What brings you to Demerara?
Well, we're passing through, but actually, I got a tip from a buddy of mine that I should come here and check out a restaurant called Sambu.
Oh.
So we're actually going around looking for that, seeing if we
Yeah.
can grab a bite to eat after a day of traveling.
Yeah, absolutely. Sambu's right over in this direction. I'm happy to walk you, or I can let you.
Oh, I
Walk
wouldn't want to take
yourselves?
up your time.
Simple directions
Sure.
will be quite all right. Mm-hmm.
Well, if you head that way, you'll find it. Please give my regards to Finster if you see him, and I will. Yeah, if you need a place to stay, I have a hotel back up a couple blocks that way.
Oh, yeah, I think we passed by it.
Yeah.
Is that your spot?
It is my yes, but as visitors to my city, I would be more than happy to reserve a room for you if you'd like to stay there. It is, yeah.
Bilbin turns to Arthur and kind of like nods his head and like,
Yeah. I do believe that we will need to be staying here tonight, so we'll
Great.
probably see you on later.
All right, sounds good. I'll be over there for a little while at least. So
All right, great meeting you.
nice
"We
to meet
will
you
be
too.
Seeing you soon, Jer."
She nods, and yeah, just to describe this person you've just met as well. She looks half elven, pointed ears, has like a rich like caramel colored skin, like it's like seems like this like with all the farmland, like super sun kissed area. So like this like caramely sun kissed color, and fiery orange hair, with several well placed streaks of like platinum blonde and yellow and pink. Her eyes are a shade of brown and hazel. She was wearing her hair hanging halfway down her back with messy but well placed wavy hair and bangs coming just above her eyebrows. You notice that she was actually wearing fencing gear. She doesn't have a helmet with her, so it's hard to know. Like, it just looked like pants and a shirt, but as you get closer, it's like fencing gear. It was like a well-kept, neat white vest and tight white pants, and then black, like immaculate black leather shoes. Yeah, she says, "See you later, hopefully," and walks away. And you have been pointed in the direction of Sambu.
I look over at Arthur and I'm like, I called her sir.
Oh, what?
Whoops.
You just call everyone sir?
Oh, maybe I do.
I feel like from the little I know about you, it seems like you might call everyone sir, honestly. It didn't seem to phase either one of us, so I think you're all right.
I just didn't want it to be on the offensive side of things.
No, I think you.
But if you could help me clear my conscience, I'm just letting you know.
No, I could never see you being offensive, Bill.
Oh my gosh! Thank you.
No problem.
Thank you kindly.
Mm-hmm. Well, my tummy's a rumbling, so I think we should go find this restaurant.
I hear like the loudest growl come from his belly. Like, Will hit us with the Foley on that, and then it's like, oh yeah, we best be getting off.
Yep, told you.
And we skedaddle towards the direction of Sambu.
Sambu.
We skedaddle.
Did you need that other investigation roll? By the
Oh
way?
yeah.
What was that for?
It was to find Sambu in case you
okay.
didn't pass your perception checks.
I rolled a
But
14 for the record.
You ended up, you still would have rolled it, but the fact that you like had a conversation with her and asked where it was, you didn't need that. That would have been the check if you were like looking for Sambu to try to find it.
Man, this restaurant's really hard to find for
if you
some
had
reason.
oh my god. You follow her direction. You the church is in the middle of this big center circle with like a cobblestone roundabout around the outside, and she'd pointed you to walk left down and then turn left down the cobblestone. As you walk down the street, first you're hit with smell of springs and field and grass that are complemented by the smells of tobacco and dulce de leche. The sun is now set and the streets are illuminated by magical orbs with muted light pouring out over the streets below. You walk by a bar called the sign reads RHUM enclosed in parentheses, all lowercase. And then at the bottom on the corner of one of these beautiful buildings is Sambu. You get down there. There's a single door on the corner of the block, hanging with a sign protruding out that says the name of the restaurant in bold red and gold letters, mimicking the colors of the church that you saw at the top of the street. I'd say everyone give me a religion check, I guess.
Yes.
Right now too.
Everyone?
Yeah.
Let's freaking go. Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. Heck yeah. How'd everyone else do?
8.
Perfect.
17.
Natural 20.
Let's go. Come on. We've not. I didn't make
Those are
anyone
good
roll fucking
rolls.
dice last episode, we realized, because I.
Been saving up that energy,
Yeah.
baby.
Hell yeah. Natural 20. You all end up meeting up at the bottom corner here. Oz, you see it first, but having seen the church building at the top and then reading the name of the restaurant you were looking for and the colors, you realize that this restaurant is named after, and presumably who that temple's worshiping is Sambucius, who is the god of health, wealth, and happiness in the world of Bordura.
Nice.
Yeah, come on. We all work in the service industry, for those that are listening, and you gotta have a god of health, wealth, and happiness. Sambucius.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
You all meet on the street corner outside of it, and the windows from the outside are tinted so that you aren't able to see inside. It appears there's some faint candlelight glowing inside of the building right now, though. You all meet back up, though.
Hey, y'all.
Hey, lads.
Looks like we found it.
Yeah. How was the library?
Well, they were closed.
Gotcha.
But
Hello.
Hey there. Hey, howdy. My name's Arthur Page Llewellyn.
I'm Hera. Nice to meet you.
Good to meet you, Hera. Believe that I guess you're Oz's friend, right?
Yes, and I'm Oz's aunt's friend, but now I guess, yeah. And you must be Oz's friends we were going to try and find here.
Yes, this is Bilbin.
Much obliged.
Hello. Nice to meet you.
Mm-hmm.
And Arthur.
Well, I don't know. Like I said, things have been closing a little bit early around here, so I don't know if they're open inside, but we can pop in if you would like to. The drinks are good.
All right.
I say we pop in, see if we can get ourselves some. See what time is it? I wouldn't have a watch.
It's like it's still super close to 9 o'clock. It was like the 9 o'clock hour as you walked into town, and not very much time has passed in this moment.
I'm gonna do the like old person thing where I put my head up to the window and I'm just like kind of looking through. Like
It's so tinted. It's like
I can't really see much in there.
Arthur, I've got to warn against that. Last time I did that, I got chased through the street. So
You're so right, Saren. Well, we should probably just go in there then.
hell yeah. You all push. Who opens the door?
I will.
Perfect.
oh no.
Should I have
No.
checked for traps? Hey, what's your marching order for this restaurant?
I forgot to ask. Can everyone tell me who the first? Can we tell me who the first 3 of 4 of you are that enter the restaurant?
The NPC. She's going first, I think.
Yeah, she's leading the way.
Yeah.
She's the trap dummy.
Yep.
When you walk inside, you see a host stand that nobody stands at in a small dark room lit by candlelight and lined with bookshelves along the walls and a curtain past the host stand that would seemingly lead through a doorway into another room. You can hear music playing muffled by the curtains in this space.
Is there like a bell?
No,
Like a ring?
I don't see a bell. I mean, we can always just poke
Hello?
our head in. I don't know. There's music happening, and we saw light from outside. Somebody's here. I'll go first. Hera opens the curtain and walks through. For those,
poke my head through.
when you poke your head through, you see a dining room with turquoise leather booths atop a pine banquette finished with a light stain running down the middle. Several 2 and 4 top tables spanning the length, all set with silverware and water glasses and small appetizer plates. Along the wall to your left are 2 long tables, and to the right is a bar where you see a burly-looking young dwarven man standing behind the marble top, and a drow woman in an apron sitting there, leaning in and giggling and whispering to each other. The room is lit completely by candlelight and has a rustic, almost clay-like texture to the walls. There's a kitchen with an expo window.
Hands.
Lining the back of the space.
Do we just hear like a gnome just yelling, hands? I need hands.
So you don't currently see anyone standing in the expo window, and there's no customers in this
No
bar.
one's in the. Okay.
No. What do you do?
Howdy.
Hello?
Howdy.
Y'all closed?
Yeah, sorry. We're closed. Well, I don't know. I haven't seen the chef in a while, but I don't know. We haven't had customers here in a while, so.
Yeah, no problem at all. We can always come back tomorrow. Is Finster around? Just wanted to say hi real fast.
Let me go look and see. The dwarven man behind the bar looks disappointed that he has to stop talking to the server that he was talking to in front of him. And he walks out in front of the bar, walks the length of it, and pokes his head into the kitchen, and he looks back to you and yells, I mean, I don't see him back here. He's probably around, but I don't know. Not right. Oh. Yeah, I see him. He's in the walk-in. Let me go grab him for you. Who are you again?
Oh, the name's Arthur Page Llewellyn.
All right. I'm Stan. Nice to meet you.
Good to meet you, Stan.
Where are the fellas?
What do you need? Are you a friend of his, or?
Oh, I guess I just wanted to say hi. Patrick sent me and just
I
wanted
don't know
to.
who Patrick is.
Yep, that's fine. Hey, I don't mean to inconvenience
Patrick, a
you.
friend of, like,
He's a friend of Finster.
if I go tell Finster that someone named Patrick sent him, am I going to look like an asshole?
Maybe not any more than you already do.
Oh. Now listen here, sir.
The drow woman at the bar giggles, and he like shoots you
We don't mean.
Oh, sorry, I didn't mean that in any rude
We
way.
don't mean no animosity toward you. We simply were sent here by a feller named Padridge, and he said, "Stop on by."
He said, and he probably told you to stop by at close too. Real cool guy.
Well, now-
I'll be back.
Now, I tell you, we did not mean to stop back close.
There's no sign outside that
And
says
being,
close.
being in the service
The door was
industry
open, so-
ourselves, we do realize how sticky that situation can be. So we just want to pop in, say hello, and we'll get out of y'all's hair.
Saren is deeply uncomfortable with everything that's happening.
You hear him yell from like he's already walked for like past the expo window. Can't hear you. He yells back to you guys, and then you hear sounds like a knock on a door or something, and then some muffled conversation. There's music playing, so you can't hear it super well, but some muffled conversation, and then Stan walks back and says, "Yeah, Finster's back here. You can come stand by the expo window and talk to him. He's got to clean, but."
All right, no problem. I'll just be in and out real fast. Just wanted to pop in, say hi if y'all are closed.
All right.
Thanks, friend.
Yeah. Thanks, friend.
Yeah, appreciate it, Stan.
He walks away. Curmudgeon is anything.
I love Stan.
Stan goes back to talk to the drow woman at the bar. As you approach the expo window, you can look through it and you see to the right through the kitchen, you see a small table with 4 seats, some sort of like chef's table, it looks like, and a beautiful, immaculate kitchen with polished stainless steel prep stations, a flat top, immaculate burners, got like mise en place up the wazoo in there. And there are a couple pots simmering on the burners to the rear, but otherwise no signs of any other food having been cooked in the last several hours. And as you look across the space to the left, you see the door that was knocked on, you now see was probably a walk-in cooler. And you see a massive Goliath man with his back to you, and he's like, if you want, you can make it. I'm not going to make y'all make a check. He's like wiping away tears from his eyes. He's got like his back turned to you all, and he's like wiping tears away. And he hears you all approach, and he quickly straightens up and turns and says, "Well, hello there. Who do I have the pleasure of meeting?"
Well, howdy there. My name is Arthur Page Llewellyn.
You said,
Finster?
"Yeah, I'm Finster. Nice to
Well, it's great to meet you, Mr. Finster. I was sent here by Patrick from Dublin. We had the pleasure of making each other's acquaintance a little bit ago. He said I should swing on by, see what you got going on here. He said that you have some of the best food he's ever had.
Well, that's very kind.
But I apologize. It seems like I've come at a bad time. So
No.
I don't mean to intrude at all.
It's quite all right. Stan said you knew Patrick. He's a dear old friend, and if he sent someone my way, then they should taste my cooking. I do apologize because we've been closing for service a little bit earlier these days, and so I know it's not late, but I mean, if you're here tomorrow, then I would be happy to have you come sit at my and he pokes his head out and waves to all of you. I would be happy to host the 4 of you at my chef's table back here tomorrow
Well, we'd love that.
if you'd like. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, of course. I just a Finster, as I said, a Goliath man, standing tall, like you think he probably has to like squeeze tight and duck his head to walk in and out of the expo door. Clean shaven head and face, and adorning chef's coat with black slacks and black shoes. Thermometer sticking out of the pocket of the coat, and then the jacket is like clearly made big and still like stops halfway down his forearm, and you see full sleeves of tattoos running down both onto the backs of his hands. Well, yeah, I would love to. I'm sorry. What are all your names, friends?
Bilbin Billings.
Nice to meet you, Finster. Look,
Finster.
Yeah.
We got a lot of those in New Samaritan.
It's just it's just a nickname I got in school from. Funny enough, Patrick. My actual first name is Bahafen, but it's a kind of a
He gave you your nickname?
Yeah.
You didn't tell me that.
he did. He's
Well, I'm gonna have to
Yeah.
hear that story later.
yeah. I would love to. Anyways, and sorry, what were your names, friends?
You can call me Oz.
Nice to meet you.
I'm Saren.
Pleasure. Well, I again, I do apologize that we're
No apology
Not,
necessary.
make a perception check, all of you.
Sick. Dude, great rolls on this episode.
Nat 20.
Great rolls on this
20.
episode.
What else? What did else get?
15.
Let's go.
15 minus 1.
Ah.
I got a 3019 for a
God.
18.
You all see Finster tries to. He starts to say, "Well, I wish I had something to offer to go." And he looks behind him and sees the pots simmering, and he moves to block your view of the food in his kitchen. But unfortunately, I'm all. Yeah, I don't have anything prepared, and I would tomorrow will be a better day for cooking.
Yeah, absolutely. No worries at all.
Yeah. Are you a chef? Is that why he sent you?
Well, chef is a big word.
He's a chef. Let
I'm
me tell
a
you. I've had
I'm
his
a
food.
home cook.
Well, I was gonna say the market's open tomorrow, and I'll be doing some shopping for the food for tomorrow's dinner service. If you'd like to accompany tomorrow, we could meet here in the morning, and
That sounds great.
Great. Any of you are welcome to join if you'd like. Or I don't know if did you just get into town or?
We literally, just got into town
Whoa.
about 30 minutes ago.
Oh, well, that's
Just thought I'd pop in here.
We are starving.
Well,
I'm-
don't
again,
worry
I'm
yourself
terribly
about it.
sorry.
I'll handle it. I've got
I
some
will-
food.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
I think
I can handle it.
Thank you. I got a little hangry there. I just want
think-
to apologize.
I think rum up the street does late night bites.
Oh, all
they've
right.
been, I
Are
think
they
they've
still
been-
open?
Yeah, they've been. What rum is? Oh, it's the
Ramen?
rum.
Oh, rum.
Yeah, it's a bar that's owned by our Vox here, and she trying to keep things open for people to do. And when it's slow season, and it's been particularly slow, so she tries to have things for people to do in town.
Finster, quick question.
Sure.
The up the road there was also a maison. Was that owned by the Vox as well?
Yeah, her House of Dreams. It's
Oh,
yeah, that is it's a nice hotel. It's beautiful and accommodating. Yeah, Vox.
Finster.
Yeah.
Is this place owned by the Vox?
No, this is my restaurant.
Thank the Lord.
Years of culinary school, and I look forward to cooking for you all. And but truly, if you want to join me in the morning, if you need any recommendations, please let me know.
Looking forward to it. Well, I'll see you in the morning for sure.
Look forward to it, Arthur. It's very nice to meet you.
Good to meet you, Finn.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Good night, gentlemen.
Yeah. Good luck closing down.
pleasure.
Thanks.
Sleep tight, brother.
Thanks. Hera from behind you says, "See, I told you, rum's pretty good. Not just the drink, but they have good wine and cocktails and everything. If you guys want to go grab a
Sure.
late night bite and something to drink."
Yeah.
It's fine by me.
Mm-hmm.
Lead the way.
You all head out. Stan looks
Thanks, Stan.
the drow woman giggles again, and Stan says, "Yeah, good night." And then
See you tomorrow.
and then he starts he's like animated, like talking to her as you guys walk out the front door. And you turn the corner again, and just up the street is rum that Hera leads you to. Yeah, for those of you that didn't walk by it again the first time, it's RHUM in parentheses.
RHUM.
Yeah. Hera takes you to rum. She opens the door, and as you walk in, you see a fairly small bar. There's a bar along the front window. Like, you couldn't see it from the outside. It also has very tinted windows. There's candles around, and then like glowing orbs, and like small glowing like orbs underneath the tables, giving like uplight basically. There's a bar with 4 seats along the front window, and it's like you're entering, and the door enters into the corner of the space. You have several tables, couple booths in the corner, and then a like 10-seat bar pushed up against the wall to the right. There's like a little kitchen window at the far end that clearly leads back to some sort of like food service space. A few people in here. It's like a couple couples having a drink at the bar, and then a group of friends occupying one of the booths. And there's a half-elven bartender behind the bar. And as you walk in, he says, "Hey there, welcome into Rum.
Howdy. Thank you.
Menus here for you. You can peruse them, and we've got a selection of cocktails or wine or ale if you're feeling simple tonight. Can I get any drinks for anybody?
I'll go with some whiskey.
Whiskey?
Mm-hmm.
Great.
Just
Any preference?
any that have like a big old star on them on the bottle.
Okay.
Got any of those?
He turns around to his back bar. Yeah, I've got a couple.
Kind of fits my vibe.
The star?
Yeah.
What does that mean?
It's a personal thing.
All right. Well, great. Neat.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, I will. Perfect.
Thank you, sir.
Absolutely. For the rest of you?
I'm going to take a look at your cocktail menu.
I'm also gonna do that. And you can see Saren's like very much just like doing what Oz does a little bit. Like
You look at the cocktail menu, and it's all rum-based drinks. It is just different. Nothing about the interior design of this space feels tiki, but there's like half tiki drinks and then like a couple like weird stirred rum drinks as well.
I'm just drinking this.
Y'all
Yeah.
got anything local?
Yeah, I mean, a couple of these rums are produced right in town here.
All right, I'll have that.
Okay, sounds good. My favorite is we have to do a classic daiquiri if you want. I think that features our rum the best.
A what?
Daiquiri.
Who's that?
It's a cocktail. It's super tasty.
Great.
Perfect.
Give me one of those. It sounds wonderful. Thank you.
Uh,
I don't know what it is, so I don't know if it does sound wonderful or not. Do you know what that is, Oz?
Yeah, I've had a few daiquiris.
Oh yeah, is it good?
Yeah, they're great.
Oh great. I don't know anything about cocktails.
Do you like citrusy? Lime.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's great.
All right.
Hera, what do you like to get here?
Oh, I'm a rum neat kind of girl. I like things a little funky. Yeah.
Whatever you get, I'll have one of those.
Diego, 2 of the new batch.
Saren's like flipped the menu over to like the spirits list side, and he's like just kind of points at one like 2/3 way down the menu and is like, "I'll try this one."
Excellent choice. Do you want that in a drink, or do you just want to?
Just by itself.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Well, I'll be right back then. The five of you.
Is there like a corner booth or something that we can kind of?
Yeah, there's
See
there's
the
a couple more
comings and the
booths open.
goings.
Yeah, there's like 3 booths along the back wall. One of the corner ones is occupied. Y'all can go grab you can grab the one that's like in the back left corner.
Cool.
Harold leads the way over. You guys sit. So the 4 of you are here to. Well, I don't know. I guess you came to meet me. Why is everyone else here?
Well, we're all going to New Samaritan.
Okay, interesting. You have a New Samaritan accent. It sounds like.
Well, I have the working man's New Samaritan accent, if that's what you're
Yeah,
flying.
I've been. I know when you. I've coming from this direction. You enter on the southeast side of the city, and I've heard.
Yeah, we're part of kind of the group in New Samaritan that ain't afraid to get your hands dirty for a little bit of coin.
What does that mean?
I mean that in a not afraid to do some hard labor to get our honest works paid.
Oh, like a street cleaner or something.
Yeah, something like that.
Like a garbage man.
Honorable job puts food on the table.
I'm a garbage man, yeah. Street cleaner. Do you not consider those honorable jobs?
No, it's just the way you're saying it. It ain't sounding too good.
I thought street cleaner. I thought I said it in a nice.
Sounded good to me.
Is that not what you? That's okay.
Well,
what do you?
Just this time right here, it sounded sexy, but before it sounded not
It's
sexy.
part of me. Okay.
So I am from New Samaritan.
I would tell my boyfriend, but I don't have one right now. So
do you have any other questions about New Samaritan, or what? Where were we going with that?
I was just curious why you all were here.
Oh yes, we're on the way to New Samaritan City. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad you. Come on, let's have some fun, gang.
So do you come to this bar often? It seems like you know the bartender. This
Yeah.
your spot?
Yeah, I like to. And as you asked that, she takes the pony out of her hair and lets her.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
All right.
Yeah, between my librarian duties and my duties with the order, I work very hard, and I like to let loose when I. Yeah, things have been chaotic around here the last few weeks, and ever since these people from New Samaritan City got into town, it's been the energy's felt weird, and businesses have been closing early, and there have been stories of there's been a couple of restaurants that have had to shut down temporarily in the last few weeks, and some of the
Where
for longer. This is longer though. I mean, that's the Guardians are here because a couple of restaurants have closed and a couple have shut down, and some of the crops on some sides of the city are not. Some of the farmers are having more trouble growing than they're used to near the city, and on top of that, I've been feeling like, and she looks at kind of staring at Oz, and you didn't see anything funny outside the library or in the library when you got there, did you?
Nothing out of the ordinary. Well, I mean, I don't know what ordinary is here.
Well, the library hours used to be 10 p.m., and then I pushed it to 9:30. And I'm considering taking it down from 9. You scared me when you walked in, frankly, because I feel like I've been feeling uneasy. I'm feeling like I've been being watched. But I run it alone most nights, and so I do not know what to do. Anyways, that's besides the point. I don't know. Things fell off here for a little while, and the Guardians don't seem to bring much ease. Makes the streets feel a little more tense and timid.
Would you say these restaurants that are closing, that started happening sort of around when these Guardians popped into town?
No, they started they started closing before, and then now, I've heard rumors that the high priestess is not happy because the Vox has taken city funds to move them from the church. The church is a big part of our culture here, and she's reallocated some funds from the church to send to New Samaritan City to pay for the guardians, basically. So,
Why are the Guardians here? Do you know? Why are they being paid for?
I know that Finster said slow season earlier, but we don't have a slow season in Demerara. People come from throughout the region to enjoy our food, the fresh crops, the locally produced spirits and wine. We're known for that, and something's been off. It's hard to explain, but
Just less foot traffic than normal?
yeah, businesses are tough. I know Finster's too proud to say it, but his business has been down. They used to have people in there until well after close. So
Did you say this started happening before the Guardians showed up or after?
before,
And that's why they showed up.
yeah,
And how long
Yes.
have they been here now?
a few weeks,
Have you seen any change?
no change yet.
These Guardians are supposed to investigate this, or are they...
Yeah, they're from the little I do know, they have wizards and clerics and skilled swordsmen. They have people of all different creeds within their ranks, and their whole thing is they have people they send teams with a wide range of skills to try to figure out what's going on. So, or at least that's what your friend here would know. It's if you're a New Samaritan, they've been doing that for a while now. New Samaritan expanding their services to help the city there, and from what we've heard, things are getting better there. But I don't know. It's felt uneasy around here, and I haven't really noticed anything get better yet. So we'll see. I'm hopeful. I am.
Above the table, have I seen Guardians in Breakwater?
No.
No.
Mm-mm.
Okay.
The Guardians are, in this type of expansion. I think you would probably know as somebody who's on from a mainland city. I think you would know about the Guardians' existence, and having spent time in New Samaritan, and inevitably at some point you would know that they exist. But you were in Dublin enough that you knew that Omar was offered the opportunity to have Guardians come as helpers, and he had turned it down. But yeah, it's unprecedented that it would be this organized through city government, that it would be expanding into other towns and things like that. So in Breakwater, where you're from, is a staunchly independent city that doesn't everything that New Samaritan seemingly was founded on is opposite ideals from what you're used to in Breakwater.
Yeah.
Even down to the influences of artifice and how magic is approached by certain people in the city and things like that. So, which doesn't mean that you've known good people in New Samaritan City, right? It's not that but it's massive.
Yeah.
So this type of extension is surprising. Yeah, welcome to our fine city. At this moment, Diego, having taken fucking 7 or 8 minutes to pour 4 neat pours of rum and make a daiquiri, walks over and he hands out the drinks to everybody. Then he says, "Enjoy. Let me know how they are." And he walks away.
Saren takes too big of a sip and just
Slow down there. Hey, rookie. You just sip it like this.
What? Do
Hopefully-
that one more time.
I'm hoping we can have a better sound than me.
No, we're gonna actually
I'm not
splice that in.
changing that. Yeah.
That's the sound
Sound
for
we're changing.
any time anyone drinks now.
Saren, it's not a chug. You see, you sip these things.
yeah. I wasn't
You enjoy the
chugging it.
aromas.
It just caught me off guard.
You get a schnoz on it. You get
It's
a whiff.
also rum neat is not for everybody. It's an acquired taste.
I think it's just you see Saren kind of like stares at the glass for a sec and then breathes into it and it chills the whole glass.
Oh, cool.
And he takes another sip. He's like, "Oh, that's better. That's it. Okay, sorry."
Wow. Very impressive.
Show off.
Just Dragonborn things.
Hey, could you do that with this too?
What is that?
My daiquiri.
Oh, your daiquiri's already cold, is it not?
It's cold.
How is it? Is it cold?
Delicious and cold. Yeah.
Oh, all right.
Say
Make
it.
it colder.
That one looks frosted. I mean, I can make it colder, sure.
I like cold.
Saren just sort of like breathes gently onto it, and it just.
Perfect.
Would you mind? I hate to impose, but would you mind?
Yeah, I guess this is what we're doing now. Same thing to the Harrow's drink.
Wow. Let's try this. It's good.
Takes a sip of it. I think I still prefer mine neat. But
I mean, it's
fair enough.
yeah. I just made it colder. I didn't add anything to it.
No, to each their own, though. I understand.
I'm a neat guy as well.
Thank
I
you, Sarah.
feel
That's
you on
very
that one.
kind.
Oh, of course.
Well, anyways, cheers to a night amongst new friends out on the town. And yeah, I'm happy to, if you want to talk about if you don't mind talking about your trials in front of your friends, we can certainly talk about, I can tell you about my experience, or we can
yeah, I don't.
save it for, we can talk about it tomorrow too. We can talk about it in daylight if you prefer, but we're here.
It doesn't matter if it's day or night. I'm comfortable
Fair.
telling these people.
Well, what I can tell you about the trials for the order is there are 3 tasks that Erethrian will put you through. The first of which is a written portion, the second a practical portion, and a third task that we have all faced, but I am not allowed to share. The written and practical portion are also different for everybody sometimes. Might be a different test of skill. For instance, my written portion was I had to write a paper explaining the differences between all the different schools of magic and how they interact in the world. And then my practical portion was using magic to identify different spells and effects on different objects and creatures, and kind of practical learning of sorts. And the third it's a challenge. I won't lie, but that is what you're to expect to some degree. It is a challenge, but it's a great honor to join. I know we're near the same age, and most of the scribes in this order take even longer than us, but if your Aunt Zika has petitioned for the trial for you, then hopefully you're ready.
I feel like I'm ready, but it's obviously a bit scary.
Sure.
Trained my whole life.
I won't lie. Erythrian is tough and hard to read, and will ask a lot of you to join the order, but I can say, as somebody who's still only several months into the order, it's the greatest honor, and I'm proud to help manage the history of our region and magic and everything else that happens in this world we live in.
Well, that's good to know.
Yeah.
Thanks for your insight.
How's your whiskey bill been? All right.
She's mighty fine, thank you.
Oh, that's funny. That's good.
Never had a daiquiri before, but I think I like it.
They make good drinks here. Diego's a good bartender. It's all of the Vox's businesses have a chic charm to them.
Do they always feel this stiff?
I mean, if you feel stiff, I'm sorry, but
Well,
I don't know. There is an elegance to the businesses that Geritana has opened in this city. Or Ger, but
Oh, that's the Vox's name?
Yeah.
Oh, I met her just a little bit ago.
Really?
Yep.
What?
She was on the street.
Yeah, we both met her. Geratana.
Geratana, yes.
Geratana.
She was speaking with a couple people outside of the church, and they seemed mad.
I
That was
inevitably
the
the
Vox.
That was the Vox, apparently.
Holy shit.
was probably the high priestess and one of her deaconesses.
Mm.
High priestess Hala has been very frustrated with the choices made by the Vox to take away funding from the church and funnel it into protection. I don't know what's right. I'm not sure, but
I still don't understand. You're hiring for protection, but it doesn't seem like you'll need protecting.
I mean, it's protection, it's investigation. I think the Vox feels like there's something mysterious happening, and it's not protection from like a physical threat or something like that necessarily, but protection by figuring out what's hurting our city.
Mm.
Restaurants closing is odd, and everything being slow is uncommon, but the way that some of the crops have been dying around is abnormal and concerning. And I think that was the final straw as winter turned to spring. So, anyways, you know things when you work in city government, if you will. But I don't know. I haven't been able to worry about the rest of town because I don't know. I've been considering asking the guardians to stake out the library for me, but I don't know if I'm being I feel crazy. I have no idea what's been going on. But
Do you want us to kill the Vox?
excuse me?
What?
You watch what you say.
Jesus Christ, Belvin.
You watch what you say in our city.
Hera,
He was getting the impression that you didn't like what was happening.
I mean, I don't like what's happening to our city, and I am nervous that something's been going on at the library that I work at and care about, but I don't think the Vox is behind it. I will pretend I did not hear that, friend.
Hera, if you wouldn't be averse to it, I'd be happy to stay in the library overnight tonight and see if I can suss out anything going wrong. If you're worried.
Stay in the library. I don't want to put that. That's crazy.
Sounds like a pretty good idea. I was thinking the same thing, Saren. If you needed one extra set of eyes.
I've spent many years of my life just, kind of in the wilderness. I don't. Anything with a roof is shelter to me, so I certainly would not mind.
I don't know. I don't trust the guardians for anything yet, so.
I don't think I do either, which is part of why I'm offering.
Yeah. I don't know. When I say I don't trust, I don't know. I've felt uneasy since I got here, but I mean, I would allow you to stay in the library. I feel bad. It's not lavish or luxury. There's hotels to stay at.
Yeah, no, I don't need all that.
All right. Well, I mean, your friends are very kind.
Yeah, well, I would also volunteer my time as well. I can't tell you how many times I've fallen asleep in a library, so it's not that big of a deal.
Well, all right then. I guess we're going to have ourselves a little lock-in at the library, yeah?
Yeah, sleepover in the library.
Well, that sounds pretty fun.
I can't lie. I've slept in the library before. It's, I'm sure you know that, Paynos.
I literally never have. So this will be a first.
I can see that. That's okay. Yeah.
Unless there's a bar called The Library, haven't slept there.
There's not, well, in this city, there's no bar called the library. Have you slept at a bar called the library before?
Oh, yeah, back in New Samaritan, they got all kinds of bars.
You are, your candor is appreciated, I guess.
I don't know what that means, so thank you.
You're welcome. Well.
Hey, Diego, how about another daiquiri?
Another wiki.
I got you. Everyone else?
Thanks, brother.
Anyone else need a drink right now?
I'm fine, thank you.
I'm all right.
The rum was
Raising
great.
my hand.
2 daiquiris, got you. I'll
Oh,
take another pour of rum as well.
whiskey.
Do you happen to have any? This was so good. Do you have any larger glasses? Because I just kind of want more of it, honestly.
You want? I mean, I can make you multiple if you like it once, but
Well, I don't want to put you through all that, just making it over and over again.
I know,
You could just make one big one.
that's okay. I love making drinks.
All right.
I do this because I love it.
Well then,
I might have a bucket
I'm glad I could
for you.
oblige.
Yeah, absolutely.
I could get you a bucket, and we could just pour it in that.
Well, you hold on to your bucket.
Okay.
You order another round of drinks. You're having a nice time at Rum, a business not all of you were sold on. But the drinks do taste good. And with that, I think I'm going to call an end to this session, actually. I think we'll leave in a nice... We've left some sessions in tense moments, and I think it'll be nice to end here today. Just out having drinks, and we'll pick up there. We'll pick up there next week on No Bards Allowed. Thanks for tuning in, gang. How's everyone feeling? It was
Great.
Dude, honestly, it was very... I was feeling like kind of the opposite of great.
What do you mean?
Like in like a tense, like there's so much like unknown in the city, and I'm like, where
Sure.
do we go? Like we gotta wait for Finster. Like, what's the deal with the Guardians? Like, I feel like more on edge and uneasy.
Well, and also none of us pushed it, but like Finster having something cooking clearly,
Yeah.
and then not only was like something was cooking, he was like, "Oh, I wish I had something for you," but it was that he like moved to hide it.
Yeah.
That was weird, but I didn't like have any.
There's
I didn't
something-
have the
yeah.
means to like press on it, so I was like,
That felt like hey, once we've built up rapport, what's going on, man? Like something
Yeah.
seems really fucking bad here. What, are you like cooking bad food? Like, what's going on?
no, I'm just
Humans.
like, is he having to cook something? Yeah, I just don't know. Like,
Yeah,
I don't know. I
Yeah.
thought that was very strange,
For
but I
sure.
just had no way to follow up on it in the moment.
I'm
We also
excited
just got
to-
to the city.
I'm excited to go produce shopping with him.
Oh yeah.
That'll be
I
great.
think that's so. I love the idea of like, oh, cool, yeah, I get to go with this chef and just like pick out
That'll be
food.
sick.
Awesome, so cool.
I when I was designing this, I felt like I hope that y'all would enjoy the like general setup of this city. It's like
It's like a foodie haven.
yeah,
I
yeah,
love
yeah.
it, and I also fucking hate it.
Oh yeah, there's some pretension, and also there is some, in a nice way, there are mysteries for us to uncover on the next episodes of the No Bards Allowed.
You
podcast.
might as well just call this Vox's. You might as well just call her Disney. She feels like a
this is
monopoly.
downtown Disney.
This is downtown Disney, dude.
Well, I'm not even gonna say it. We'll talk about it. Hey,
So you want us to kill the Vox, right, man?
Jesus,
No,
dude,
dude, you can't just.
you.
I mean, I would.
madman.
I might. Well, I'm gonna go stick my hand in some dirt. See how these
See how
crops,
it feels?
See how this crop. See how these
Maybe
crops
you'll
look.
find. Maybe
I'm
you'll
a
find a
farmer.
worm.
I'm a farmer. Might find a worm.
We'll
Who
freaking
knows?
see what happens, gang. But that'll be the end of our show. Follow us on stuff, socials, all that.
Follow us on stuff.
Instagram, TikTok. There's other stuff. I don't know.
At this point, you can pull
Truth.com.
any dice you have in your own dice jails. You can pull out of those. By the way, I just want to let you guys know.
Yeah.
Don't keep holding those guys hostage.
Yeah, give your guys a break. Make sure they feel forgiven every now and then.
Yeah, follow us on socials, Patreon. Check us out.
And thanks for listening, gang. This is really I've taken a moment. We're having a lot of fun doing this, and truly, we are a group of friends that just really like playing this game together. So thank you for taking the time to listen to us. We really appreciate it.
Hell yeah.
Thank you.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Thank you.
We'll see y'all next week, gang. Bye.
Bye.
Bye, all stars.